Welcome to Woodstown In Focus for May. I'm Caleb Gerace along with Lexi Battiato and Kayla Brown.
This month we'll see what the People's Choice Ceremony is all about and who in our school has perfect pitch.
We'll also see what FBLA is all about and look at the biggest competition of the spring, Mr. Woodstown.
But first, the girls basketball team went on a historic championship run this year. Here's Nate Thomas with the story.
Woodstown High School has always taken pride in its sports programs, and on February 28th, the girls basketball team made school history.
The girls basketball team had a historic season last year after clinching their division for the first time in decades, but lost in the semifinals against Wildwood. This past February, Woodstown once again faced Wildwood, but in the South Jersey Group 1 finals. The game would go down in history as the girls basketball team won the South Jersey Group 1 championship for the first time in school history.
I think last year we kind of just we knew we had to rebuild in a way because we lost two really important seniors. So it was kind of like we had to rebuild and we had to all step up and play roles we hadn't really played before, but I think we all came ready to do that, and obviously we did do that, so we accomplished our mindset.
The Wolverines started the season off strong after beating Wildwood in their season opener 41-35, but then hit a roadblock, losing 4 games in a row. However, the girls were able to overcome their struggles and go on an 8-game win streak.
Tournament that we had because we went on a losing streak, lost 4 games.
The girls were able to finish their regular season with a 16-6 record, which gave them home court advantage during the playoffs. The girls breezed through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs and found themselves in the finals against Wildwood. The girls basketball team had a very strong bond as 4 of the starters, Talia Batavio, Shannon Pierman, Evie Spencer, and Megan Donaldson all played on the same AAU team, and starters Tatum Duvall and Talia Batavio are varsity starters on the girls soccer team.
Evie and Megan and Talia all played, and Shannon played AAU basketball together, so 4 to our 5 starters. I play soccer with Talia, and I'm really good friends with Megan and Evie and Shannon. We're all just super close.
The girls were able to get off to a strong lead in the first half. However, they didn't let it get to their heads, as Coach Lyons had some inspiring words to say.
The girls, I said, their coach is probably over there saying, hey, remember last year when we were down a lot, and Woodstown, we had a big lead down in Wildwood, and, they came back and, we know that they won that game. So what I'm telling them is this game is not over.
Thankfully, history didn't repeat itself, and the girls were able to hold their lead. And when the buzzer went off at the end of the game, the girls walked off the court as South Jersey Group 1 champions. We hope to see more from the girls basketball team in the upcoming years and see if they can defend their title. For Woodstown In Focus, I'm Nate Thomas.
One of the most popular and fun events of the year is Mr. Woodstown. It takes a lot of work to put the show together, and the contestants take it very seriously. Here's Dawnberry with the story.
Mr. Woodstown is and has been an annual event that showcases a group of talented senior students who participate to be crowned Mr. Woodstown.
Woodstown is mostly known for sports, but this event means something bigger than sports. Mr. Woodstown specializes our participants bringing the community together with their talented acts. As the event goes on, the crowd cheers on the contestants in the show.
I've been waiting to participate in Mr. Woodstown since I was a little kid. I've always watched it and I've always thought it was the coolest thing, so I'm more than excited that I get to be a part of it.
Mr. Woodstown has unique events including Dress for Success, 30 Seconds of Fame, and 3 to 5 minutes of talent. Some students do it for fun, others do it to show their talent. But one kid does it because of their passion and the support from the teachers that have helped them on their journey here at Woodstown.
Mr. Gunther and Ms. Sheridan, the musical directors, and they've really helped me, especially with, my passion for doing music and being in high school, having a lot of music to do. They really helped me, get better with my skill and just really come to love it, where it's fun to come to school because I get to do something that I want to do.
So I've been involved in doing Mr. Woodstown on and off since 2013.
Only one participant can win the Mr. Woodstown crown. For Caleb Carter, it would mean redemption for his brother. His brother suffered a heartbreaking loss in the event a few years back. Caleb also mentions it would be cool for the crown to come home with him.
I feel like it'd be redemption. My brother was a contestant when he was a senior, so I think it's got to come to the Carter house at some point.
After Mr. Woodstown, each participant makes a memory of a lifetime to reflect back on their journey throughout Woodstown High School. Each student can remember their friends and teachers that helped them achieve their goals during high school. For Woodstown In Focus, I'm Dalton Berry.
The Future Business Leaders of America is a long-running club at Woodstown. So what do they do and what have they won? Cara Delia takes a look back.
Have you ever heard of the FBLA? Here at Woodstown High School, we have a Future Business Leaders of America chapter with over 25 members that actively participate in leadership conferences and community service throughout New Jersey. At the beginning of each school year, students of all grade levels can join Future Business Leaders of America. Members take regional tests to later compete at a 3-day competition in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
There's a lot of different types of events. Some of them are just test-based, so you take a multiple choice test and they are different areas of business like advertising and journalism and marketing. Some of them have presentation components to them, or you can make a project like digital video production. We had people in organizational leadership, human resource management. There's a variety of different business topics.
Once students place regionally, they can compete at the state level in Atlantic City. While at the state conference, FBLA members compete in competitive events, attend fun workshops, and network with other FBLA students from all across New Jersey.
The state conference is what you're competing for, so there are these competitive events that are different careers within the business industry that you're testing and developing skills within, and as you build your skills, you're getting judged on them and you're competing through them. And as good as you do in them, you'll go higher and higher. So the state leadership conference is when you beat regionals, and then later on you'll go to nationals, hopefully.
While the state conference is the largest event the club does, they frequently participate in community service throughout the school year.
We've participated in March of Dimes. We've also collected money from selling candy grams to donate, and we've done other events such as that.
FBLA is a great opportunity for high schoolers to explore many different aspects of the business world and gain fundamental skills to succeed in life. For Woodstown In Focus, I'm Cara Delia.
You may have heard of the People's Choice Awards, but do you know what it is and how students are chosen? Here's Chris Ty with the info.
Although many students have heard of award ceremonies such as NHS induction or sports banquets, every year the People's Choice Awards offer students an opportunity to be awarded simply for making an impact on their teacher. Every April, Woodstown High School hosts the People's Choice Awards. This ceremony is an opportunity for students to be recognized by staff members who they may have positively influenced. Each teacher has their own definition of what traits they believe a student who receives this award should exhibit.
People's Choice to me means that I'm picking a student who not necessarily would be chosen for any other award or anything, but just somebody who has made a difference in my life and maybe we have a stronger connection than all of my students in general. But we've made that connection through classroom, through outside of school, through extracurricular activities, and just somebody who's really kind of made a difference this year in my life.
The award ceremony has been a part of Woodstown tradition since before Mr. Senior's time. As spring comes near, the Woodstown staff begins to plan out how and when the ceremony will be held, as well as who will be nominated.
We have a committee of staff members that we meet once a month to talk about all the different activities that we do through Renaissance for the school, for the students, and for the teachers. So we usually start planning for People's Choice Awards in January, and then we submit the form to the teachers to start making their nominations in February. And then from there, once we get all of our nominations, we usually try to have those wrapped up by the end of February. And then beginning of March, we're letting the students know who were selected and starting to plan our ceremony from that point on.
Mrs. Blaney and B. Harper have formed a special bond over the years, and last year, Mrs. Blaney awarded them during the People's Choice Awards for this close bond, sharing it with the school.
Last year, I recognized B. Harper because they just always bring a smile to my face. But not only that, but they worked really, really, really hard last year to improve their grades and improve their GPA.
We have formed a very close relationship. She's kind of been like a role model to me and somebody that I look up to.
We would like to congratulate all the nominees for this very personal award. If you would also like to congratulate them in person, come to the award ceremony this April 13th. For Woodstown In Focus, I'm Chris Ty.
We already know that we have a great music program at Woodstown High School, and they are lucky enough to have a student with perfect pitch. So what is perfect pitch? Here's Savannah Williams with more.
Sometimes the music department at Woodstown can be overlooked, but their accomplishments shouldn't go unnoticed.
From attending the Stockton University Choral Festival to a collaborative concert with the University of Delaware, it is without a doubt that there's tons of talent within the music arts.
Senior Danielle Hughes is involved in a variety of musical arts clubs at Woodstown. She's been involved in music from a very young age, and through all of her experiences, she discovered that she had an ability called perfect pitch.
I always had a love for music, more so just either listening to music and stuff like that before, but it wasn't until about a year ago where I figured out that I had perfect pitch.
According to the University of Chicago, 1 in 10,000 people have perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is when an individual is able to distinguish any musical note just from hearing it, without any reference. This skill has allowed Danielle to help not only herself in the musical department, but also others that she works with. Danielle is involved in Tri-M Chorus, Chamber Choir, Odyssey of the Mind, Drama Club, among others. In all of these activities, she is able to use perfect pitch to push these clubs to the next level.
So someone like Danielle that's able to have perfect pitch will be able to get us back on track very quickly if we do go off. And then actually in performances, so when we're on stage and we're about to sing, instead of having someone play the note on a piano or on a pitch pipe, she'll just hum the first pitch and we'll all hear it and start.
I'd say it benefits me by being a person that people can rely on, if they need help for not just giving a pitch, which I can help them with, but also just it helps me understand music. At least I feel better than at least for me, feel like I could do without it. So if people need help kind of either interpreting the music or understanding it, I can help them with those sort of things.
It is without a doubt that Danielle's perfect pitch allows her to help people and gives her many other opportunities, but it doesn't always come completely without setbacks.
So having perfect pitch in general can be a blessing and a curse, because if you're singing in a choral group and you're singing a cappella music without accompaniment, and you have a piece of music that's 3 or 4 or 5 minutes long, it's very common for a group to kind of go a little bit out of tune, and it can be maddening for someone that has perfect pitch to be in that situation.
Now let's test and see how perfect pitch works.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
F. That is correct.
B.
Mm-hmm.
D sharp.
That is, yeah. E flat.
Yeah. F sharp.
Even though Danielle doesn't want to pursue music as a career, it is still a big part of her life. In the future, she wants to continue to have a strong connection with music and improve upon her skills.
Well, while I don't plan to do music as my career, I do plan to keep it in my life, keep it as something I do maybe as a hobby or on the side. So having that when I have pitches just running through my mind, whether I'm thinking about it or not, music is just a constant part of my day, which I think is really cool.
Danielle Hughes, without a doubt, has a very unique ability that will be with her for the rest of her life. With this ability, she has tremendously helped the music program over the past 4 years. For Woodstown In Focus, I'm Savannah Williams.
And that'll do it for this month's Woodstown In Focus.
We hope you enjoyed this month's episode.
For the entire Woodstown In Focus team, I'm Caleb Gerace. We'll see you next time.